Welcome back, everybody. This is Pratsky Mark again on episode 3 of our Too Many Bones Age of Tyranny campaign. We are up against our first Tyrant, which is Gendricks, and we, at the end of episode 2, had just completed day 8, where we went up against Gendricks, and we failed miserably. However, one thing that we'd like to talk about at the beginning of this episode are a couple of major things that we got wrong. The first being the baddie backup plans. Now, Gendricks has a backup plan called Limit. And what Limit does is that it will remove one of your skill dice from your character mat. And we were playing it as such where, because he can target 2 different people, we played it that both of us had that limit effect put on us. However, as we reviewed the rules afterwards, we saw that the backup plans can only be used once against one target. So we made that last fight far more difficult on us than it should have been. Second thing that we did wrong was in regards to Duster's ally, Nightshade. We were playing it so that if Duster was knocked out, Nightshade was also removed from the battle mat. And that is not the case. If Duster is knocked out and Nightshade still has health, and there is still another gear lock out on the battle mat, Nightshade can keep going. So another thing that made it very difficult for us on that last fight. So we're going to go up against Gendricks one more time here. We've recovered already. Since we had a full party wipe, we did draw our boon, which gave us 2 extra skill points. So I think we've got not only an advantage skill-wise with everything that we've got, but also an advantage in that we are going to play a couple of very important rules correctly this time. So
yes.
One
other thing that we should receive from our boon is 1 loot as well.
Did it say that? Indeed, it did. We did not do that, did we?
No, we did not.
All right, good catch. Well, let's do that now. So for you, we are drawing the Prying Iron. That is add 2 to an action die result during your lockpick attempt. Well, that'll come in handy on this fight.
Yeah.
I need to draw 2 cards, and I would normally get to keep both, but I'm going to be full. So I drew the throwing axe and another utility parts. So I think I'm going to keep the throwing axe and discard the utility parts.
All right.
I think. Well, yeah. Yep, that's what I'm doing.
It helps that you can get rid of the artillery part because a lot of your skill dice don't exhaust when you use them, which is nice. Like your long blade and Nugget's dagger. You don't have to worry about reusing those because they're unexhausted, if that makes sense.
Nugget's dagger, I thought, did exhaust.
Does it? Okay. I'm not
so.
100%
I think
sure.
I think it's only the long blade. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about the other one. But even still, I think this throwing axe could be good because I can use it against any unit on the battle mat without costing dex.
Yeah.
And it's ranged, so that could be kind of cool. All right, awesome. Another thing I just wanted to mention quick is that Mark and I were debating after recording our session yesterday about the overall quality of our session, I guess you could say, because we realize that we're getting some major rules wrong and playing some things incorrectly. And we both care quite a bit about what content for games, especially games that we absolutely love, we want it to be right. We want it to be correct. Set a good example and not lead anybody astray in terms of how things are supposed to be played or wrong rules and things like that. But ultimately, we landed on the decision to keep it up there and keep it as is, but make sure to identify what we've missed in the video if we can during the editing process, and also talk about those things in the following episodes. Because the reality of games, especially complex games such as this, is that it's really challenging to get all of the rules right. It's very hard to have a perfect game without playing a ton of it and having read the rule book through and through multiple times. So, in a sense, our recordings here are just kind of the reality of tabletop gaming. And as long as, I think we agreed, as long as we're trying to make sure that we correct and notice and identify what we've gotten wrong and continue to try to get things right, then I think it's okay. Because it's, I guess, more true to reality in a sense, So, all right. Mark, any words you'd like to include before we get started on day 9 here?
No, I'm just excited to get to it.
I am too. All right, well, let's jump in then. So, again, day 9, this is our last possible day that we have to complete this adventure because of our Tyrant card here, which says on Gendricks it's 9 instead of his allowed 10 normally. So, in getting back to his card, the BQ is baddie points, which I guess is increasing now. It's getting a little bit harder for us. It's 18. So that's going to be a 5, 5, 5, and 3 1s. Ones go on the bottom of the 5s. And then it says add a 1-point kobold baddie to the top of the BQ. Then add Gendricks to the top of the BQ. So looking through the 1-pointers for a kobold. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, we've got a teal, and it's a kobold tracker.
All right.
And then Gendricks on top. You set?
I'm ready. Yeah, go ahead and start flipping the baddie queue and start populating the battle mat.
All right, so on lane 1, obviously, we've got Gendricks with his 9 health. He's going on ranged. On lane 2 is the kobold. I think this is actually a pretty good choice with him.
What's that?
He's not that big of a deal. The tracker.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I mean, later rounds he becomes more and more of a deal.
Right. But for now,
but
he's good.
I mean, right now, yeah.
Okay, so blue's 4. Purple is 6. Okay, next up is a red, and it is a troll brewmaster.
And he's a melee, and he's a 40 Days in Daylore character, I believe.
Yes, he is.
That'd be fun. I have not played against him yet.
Nor have I. And on lane 4, we've got a teal color. This is the Kobold Elite. And he's a melee that targets 2. I know we said this at the end of our last episode too, but just in case it was missed or somebody's coming into this video, I do want to state that I know that in terms of screen realty, because I don't have multiple cameras to work with, my rolling tray is partly off the screen, and Mark's is of course not visible at all, but we will never cheat out on what our rolls are. There's no need to not be honest, even if it means losing a campaign, whatever it might be. So we just are putting that promise out there that whatever the rolls are, that's what they'll be. All right, so I got my baddies out. You got yours set up?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, so I'm going to roll my initiative. Ouch. I got a 2.
I got a 6.
Nice. All right.
So we sandwich the baddies. Well, I'm thinking that I should take the yellow ranged position.
All right. This Troll Brewmaster is a little concerning with this 3 attack.
Yeah, very hard hitter.
Yep. As is Gendricks.
Yes.
And I did not end up taking my Tinkered Bolo. Now I sort of wish I would have, to try to get their attacks down a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. We're going to work with it. I think I will probably go right here. I don't know why I wouldn't. No, I can't. I know why I wouldn't, because I can't. I'll go right there.
Okay.
All right. I'm ready if you're ready.
Yeah, I think I'm ready.
Okay, awesome. Then let's get to it. You are kicking us off.
All right. So Hardy, they only take 1 damage every round.
That's correct.
So, do you still think the best plan is to just focus Gendricks and hopefully whittle him away round by round and survive long enough to get through this?
It's such a hard call because at this point there's 4 baddies out on the mat and there are 4 more in the queue. And we're both going to be taking 3 attacks at a minimum from Gendricks every round. Plus, he's going to have, eventually, most likely, one of his orbs out. So, I do kind of think that the focus on burning him down is pretty important. And I guess that's another thing we didn't 100% verify is this fight over just when Gendricks is dead, even though there's baddies in the battle queue and baddies on the mat?
Yes, that is confirmed. Is if you kill the tyrant during a tyrant fight, you've won the tyrant battle.
Okay. Yeah. Um, I could potentially see us taking out the kobold tracker to make room once Nightshade comes in.
Yes.
But
The thing that I see with the kobold tracker, though, as you said earlier, is he's not that big of a deal. He's not rolling as many dice as like the troll brewmaster would be.
right.
I
Actually,
mean, after the fourth round, he will be, but I'm hoping that we're out of here by then.
yeah, that's true. You know, I'm questioning my starting position here now before we get started because if purple's going to go first, oh, he's range. Never mind, he's not moving. And
Right.
then
He's going to attack either one of us because we'll be able to decide.
if I go
He
here,
should
then
probably attack me.
if I go here, I think technically when
Yeah.
green goes, we can have him move here and then here.
Right.
And then I don't have to be attacked at all.
Right, but green's going to go before you.
Right. Which means that if I start here, he can come and attack me this first round.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So you want to start over, so it'll be one less attack that you'll receive.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he'll only be rolling one attack die, but it does prevent one.
It is one attack die.
Yeah, yep, that's what I'll start right there.
So that means you're going to be using 2 of your dexterity to move up in order to hit him, which you only do 1 damage to him anyway.
Yeah, I think that'll be okay.
Okay, I agree.
Awesome. Okay, well, let's see what happens.
All right, I am going to roll an attack die, 2 defense dice, and my ferocity that'll train my Nightshade when she comes in.
Are you
And I will roll an extra defense die for the reinforced buckler.
are you rolling your
Go ahead. What was that?
dagger at all for the bleed? Or am I doing the bleed?
I was going to add the poison to him that I have. I have 1 poison left.
Okay, perfect. Yeah,
So that he'll
because
take a poison damage.
since you're going first...
And that'll open
yeah.
up a spot for my ferocity if I am able to get it.
Okay, perfect. Love it.
All right, so let's go ahead and roll these 5 dice. So, again, 2 defense dice for the 2 defense I have for character stat. 1 of my attack die. My ferocity die adds up to my 4 dexterity. And then my reinforced buckler gives me 1 extra defense die to roll.
Awesome.
Okay. I got 2 singles on my defense, another bone on my 3rd defense. I did not get my ferocity die, so I'll re-roll that later.
Okay.
And I got 1 damage to him, so I'll apply the poison for 1 round.
Awesome. Okay.
And I'm done.
Great. All right, then purple is going to go. He's going to target the weakest, which is you.
Right.
We're on round 1 with compound, so he'll only roll 1 attack die. And here it is. It's a 1.
All right, I'll take away 1 of my shields.
Okay. Purple is done. Now on to Gendricks. So,
Takes the damage for his poison.
yes, he does.
And that die is exhausted. So since it was my consumable die, I'll just put it back in my die tray.
Okay. I did the same. All right, now, so I think we will select a target and we'll decide who is going to take limit if it happens, right?
I believe that's how it's supposed to go, yes.
Okay.
Roll his attack dice, and then his defense dice, and then if there's any bones throughout the rolling, then we will choose which one of us will be affected by limit.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to roll the 3 attack die and 2 defense die and his Tyrant die right now.
Okay, and you're attacking me with this, right?
Yes, sir. All right, we did get 2 bones on his defense.
Okay.
And as for his attack, he got a total of 3.
All right, so I'll take 1 shield and 2 damage.
Okay, 1 shield, 2 damage. Now, as for his Tyrant die, we got the orb with the number 2. So he'd normally come in on ranged spot 2, but both 2 and 3 are tied up, as is 1. So we're going to put out a 3-point orb on range space 4. And the reason it's only 3 instead of 4 is because one of our encounters that we did that we're successful on reduces it from, normally it would be 4, but we get to drop it down to 3. And what this is going to do is anytime Mark or I roll bones, for each bone rolled, we will have to take a damage. I really don't like those orbs, man.
No, those orbs are bad.
Yeah, they
Very
are.
bad.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and roll the 3 attack dice on you now.
Okay.
2 damage.
Oh, nice. All right, now who do we want to take limit? I am willing to take it and get rid of my defense die because I'm not so sure I want to be rolling a lot of defense because of the extra bone capabilities.
Okay, get rid of it.
All right. Okay, Gendricks is done. Moving on to yellow, our troll brewmaster here. He's going to go after the weakest. And you are that. So we're rolling 3 attack die against you. He also has recover.
I could be eliminated right here.
Yes. 3 damage.
I have 1 life left.
Jeez, man. You didn't end up rolling your feigned death yet, did you?
No, not yet.
Oh, make sure to do that. Okay. Yellow is then done. He also, just for the record, he's got recover 1, but he's at full health, so he doesn't recover any. And thick skin. Okay. Then green is going to go. Our kobold elite. We are both tied for proximity, so... And his target then is the 2 weakest, so it can be either of us. So we're going to have it go towards me. He'll move his 2 and do nothing from there. All right, then I am going to go. Yet another time I did not set my lucky. I'm going to put lucky on defense. So I'm going to use 2 dexterity to move up to be adjacent towards Gendricks here. And I just need to do 1 point of damage on this guy.
You also need to make him bleed.
Ah, that's right. Okay. So I'm going to...
Or I can on my...
Okay. I mean, I'm definitely fine making it happen here. Having this pillar out here stinks.
Yes, it does.
And the stinky thing is that if we take it out, he might just put it right back again.
He might, or
You
he
know?
might not.
He's got a greater capability of getting it out than not.
Yes, he does.
Jeez. Okay, so this is my long blade's going to be a guaranteed damage. My bleed only has one bone on it, so it's a good chance that that'll be a successful bleed. I'm wondering about, I should maybe try to roll my Wildborn, and I could take one of these 5-pointers off the map, potentially, like the Brewmaster or something.
Yeah, that could help. If you take him off the map, he goes to the top of the battle queue, so he'd come back in.
He goes to the bottom of the battle queue.
Behind you on the initiative track.
Bottom of the battle queue.
Yeah. Oh, he was on the bottom of the battle queue?
Yep.
So then something brand new is going to come in and take his spot.
Yep. We would just hope that he's not as bad as the Brewmaster.
I would think that you would want to do that, yes, because he's got 3 attack dice, and that's awful large for a 5-point baddie.
It is, yeah. And whatever baddie comes out after that would be after my initiative. So that would be good too.
So you still get a chance to go before they attacked. That's a good idea.
Yep. Okay. Trying to decide if I should roll anything else here. I'm tempted to roll.
How many dice do you have right now?
Oh, never mind. I'm at the max. So I cannot. I'm rolling 3 die total, and I moved 2, so that's 5 decks.
Okay, so what about your throwing axes? Do you want a throwing axe anyone as well or not? Because you could throwing axe that orb.
I could.
And maybe do 2 damage to it, and then, I don't know. It's just another die that you could roll bones on is what the problem is.
That is true. You know what? I think it's got 2 uses on it. So maybe we'll just give it a try. Because I don't really see using it on other baddies necessarily. So I'll do that first.
Yeah.
Okay. Throwing an axe at the pillar.
It says during your turn, roll 1 to deal damage. All right, yeah, go for it.
All right. Roll is 1 damage.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm going after Gendricks. Okay, so I did get a bleed. I did get 1 on my long blade, so it does 1 damage. And I'll apply the bleed. The bleed is exhausted. Long blade goes back. I only got a 1 point on my Wildborn, so I'm going to put that back on the mat and re-roll it next round. I did not get any bones, so I do get a shield from that.
All right, good.
Okay. That is it. So end of round, and now Nightshade gets to come out.
All right, Nightshade with 4 health. Should Nightshade come in on the far right and go up and kill that orb? Or is there something else that we should do? Like move in and, I don't know, kill... Because everything she can get to has hardy except for the Brewmaster, which has thick skin. So she might do 2 damage to it. Maybe.
2 damage to which one? The Brewmaster?
As far as I can tell, the Kobold Tracker and the Kobold Elite, she's only going to do 1 damage to them because they have hardy.
Right.
So that's all she could do with her 2 dice is only get 1 damage from either one of those.
Okay.
The Troll Brewmaster, she could possibly do, 2 damage dice worth, but it has thick skin 1, so it's going to take away 1 of the attacks right away. So she could do 1 or 2 damage to it. Not really that effective.
No, yeah, I'm almost thinking the pillar, even though it might come out again pretty quickly, because since
Right.
Nightshade is going before you, you could then roll all of the defense die you want without the risk of rolling bones.
Yeah.
And that would be really good for you to beef up as much defense as you can.
Right. That would be. The other thing that I see is, what if she went up and hit the tracker that has Hardy?
Mm-hmm.
She probably won't live long enough to get a second round, is the only thing. Because then I was saying, and then if you threw an axe and killed the tracker and it would be dead, depending on if it was a ranged or a melee thing that came in next, baddie that came in next. If it was a melee, then the wolf could move up into there and we'd have 3 people attacking it every turn. But I don't think she's going to live long enough to get that second attack. So I'm going to go after the pillar.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good call.
All right, so I'm going to move up here. I'm going to attack the pillar. I have 2 attack dice. So I need 2 damage. Come on, 2 damage. One's cocked. Hold on. I got 3 damage total.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
So that's gone. She's done. Now it's my turn. I'm going to roll an attack die. My 2 defense dice that I have. My feign death. Is that correctly said? Feign?
Yep, Feign.
Feign death. And then my buckler will give me another shield die. So 3 shield dice, an attack die, and my feign death.
Awesome.
All right. Well, I got 2 total shields, 2 singles.
Okay.
And then I got a bone on my other shield. I got 1 attack damage. And then I got my 2 heal is what I have. So I'm going to go ahead and take that because I can't afford not to use it.
Yeah, you're right.
So I'm going to go ahead and heal 2.
It's funny you got that last time too, you know?
It's, 50-50, I think, on the die, maybe? No, it's
only a 30%
2 sides
chance
out
to
of
get
6.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, well.
So that's gone.
I guess I should roll better.
All right.
All right, then my character will be done. I have a total of 2 bones. Let me see if that will do anything. No, it won't. Move Duster and Nightshade. Move Duster / Nightshade. Huh. For 1 bone, I could move Duster or Nightshade to a position adjacent to the other. Duster may then switch targets. So, what if I moved... If I move out of there, then you'll be taking the brunt of the damage from the Troll Brewmaster. And I think I should just let him kill me if he rolls enough so that you have as much life left at the end to finish it.
Yeah.
I think I should make that sacrifice.
Yeah, you've got those 2 shields, which is definitely helpful.
Yes.
So, yeah, I almost lean towards having you stay there.
All right, I'll stay there. I am done with my turn. Go ahead, purple.
All right, Perps is going to shoot at you because you are the weakest. Crap.
Yep,
Forgot about
I am
that
the
one.
weakest.
So he's rolling
It's all right.
2.
I'm probably not going to make it out of this round,
Ugh.
but I'm okay. I'm okay with that.
Well, kind of. The problem is that
What?
Nightshade is not adjacent to him, and so Nightshade isn't going to be helping.
No, it's not going to be helping. But I mean, it is what it is.
All right.
You can do it.
All right, here we go. So 2 attack against you. He rolls 3 damage.
Okay, so there's 3 damage, so 1 life and 2 shields.
Oh, gosh. That's bad news right there.
I was prepared not to survive this fight.
Shoot. I mean, it's not looking great at this point.
No, not at all.
All right,
But
so
we'll see what happens.
Gendricks takes a bleed. So I have him at 4 health total. Is that what you've got too?
That's what I have, yes.
All right. And oh yeah, dude, you need to somehow survive 2 attacks with 3 attacks each.
Oh, no problem.
That's just not going to happen. All right.
Probably not.
So we're rolling 3 attack dice, 2 defense dice, and the Tyrant die. All right, so we roll a total of 3 damage.
All right, I am eliminated.
He gets 1 on each of his shield rolls. And he's creating another pillar for 3 HP on melee space 4.
It'll be space 3, won't it?
Oh, because you're dead. No.
I'm knocked out. I'm not dead. I'm knocked
you're
out.
right, you're right. I guess it depends on the order in which these things happen. Does the Tyrant die apply first? Yeah,
I believe we can allocate the dice in any order that we would like.
I mean,
just how we do our dice. So, what order do you want them to be situated? Do you want the pillar back in the corner where you can't get to it, or do you want it over by number 4?
I think it probably doesn't matter. And it sort of seems cheap in a way, but can we use the backup plan to limit your character right before you get knocked out?
Backup plans, I believe, are done after attack dice.
Okay. If
that's what we read, right?
If that's the case, then it has to.
Backup plans are the last thing that happens.
That I don't know. So on page 15 of the rule book, it's labeled baddies, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all the way through 11. But it doesn't necessarily say that this is the order in which they happen. It's just talking about, like, the numbers have to do with what they're showing you on the baddie chip.
Right.
So
what's it say under one of the backup plans?
It says it triggers.
Page 15.
Yeah, it says backup plan skills trigger if a baddie rolls at least the number of bones shown on the baddie chip from all of its attack and defense die rolls combined. They don't carry over to the next turn. If triggered and has multiple targets, we may choose. And they can only be triggered once per turn.
Well, I'm not sure. It does seem kind of cheap for me to be able to take it, but maybe I can take it as one of my last dying efforts.
Man, we always wind up with so many questions like this. I hope it'll become smoother eventually. Trying to
Well, just thinking.
Oh, here we go. This might help.
I don't know.
Page 20. Baddies turn sequence. 1. Effects trigger. Resolve applicable effects. Then you determine targets. Then it can move. Then skills. Any skill for this baddie that does not list a specific time it happens should be resolved now if possible. So I think in this case with Gendricks, his Tyrant die skill effect would go into place now.
Right.
I
agree.
Limit is also listed under his skills.
But it should be number 6.
Yeah, you're right. So skills happen, then roll dice, then resolve the roll. Place the defense on the baddie, apply total rolled attack to the target, and resolve any bones triggered skills. Doesn't necessarily say that it has to be in that order.
Well,
but it could be.
The way I read it, I see that he's attacking. His attack caused this skill to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that I can take that for you. That's how I see it.
Okay. Well, since we're getting our butts kicked, let's just do that. And
okay,
let's pose this question in the Facebook group and see if we can find a good answer for it. Because I think this is a good one.
Okay, this may be the last video in the line anyway.
That's possible. Okay, so it did its pillar, then it attacked you, applied limit, which, it doesn't matter what we take out at this point. Take your defense out, and you get knocked out. All right, now I need to take 3 attack from this dude.
No, you don't. My wolf will take 3 attack.
You're right. Okay, good. So I'm rolling 3 attack die. And it is a total of 3 attack. He got a bones on the 3rd.
Okay. Be down to 1 HP left on Nightshade.
All right. So Gendricks is done. Now Yellow's going to go, and I'm adjacent, so he's attacking me for 3.
You got 4 damage.
Oh, dude. Okay, so I'm going to take 1 shield and then take 3 HP off.
That hurts.
A lot. Okay, so Yellow's done. Now Green is going to go, and since he's melee, and you, or Nugget, myself, and Nightshade are equal distant away, he's going to move and target Nightshade, unfortunately.
I believe he's going to slide up and attack both of the weakest.
You're right. Oh, crap. Okay. Well, rolling 2 for round 2 with this compound, so this is on Nightshade. 2 bones.
Okay. 2 bones?
2 bones.
Wow. Well, Nightshade will live for a round at least.
Well, as long as I can live here.
All right, so then 2 dice to you is 2 damage.
And I'm knocked out.
And Nightshade cannot win a battle by herself, so she is removed.
All right. So we have officially lost the campaign without even getting through the first Tyrant.
Officially, yes.
But you know what? That's okay, right? Because if we had the expectation that we were going to get all the way through this, we would be kind of crazy, because this is not an easy game. And I haven't played it.
And I was going to say, after you're done, I'll say something.
Oh, no, go for it.
I really like this game because of the difficulty level. I don't like being able to walk through every game I play like I'm the big man and no one can touch me and I know I'm going to win. It takes a lot of the fun and the strategy out of the game. This, I know it's a 4x4 grid, but there's so much strategy to it. You got to make the right move at the right time, and sometimes it still doesn't work out because it's a difficult game. I really enjoy that. Secondly, I will say that for me, I feel like I built my character completely wrong for what I needed to do for the team. So if we decide to run more videos and keep the same characters and kind of start over from the beginning, now that I have a little bit of experience with Duster, I believe that I will be able to build her a lot better for the role that I think she needed to play. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. When you can step into a game and beat it the majority of the time, you don't wind up having this respect level for the game. We know that this was beatable, and we can see holes and gaps in how we both built our characters. Again, I really think I should have gone for that Tinkered Bolo. I could have potentially reduced the attack dice rolled on one of these baddies by 1 or 2. And that would have made a really big difference, especially on Gendricks.
Yes. And
yeah.
If I was going to be a tanky type character, I should have built a lot more health into Duster instead of her throwing knives that I never used once, my vibroblade that I never used once. So there would have been 2 more HP that throughout the fights and everything would have come in way useful.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So interesting. Okay, well, this campaign is over, and I think we could probably end up talking a lot about, different things that we could have done. But and we can do that. Do you want to go further deeper into some of that stuff, or should we just kind of call it there and recognize that we need to really play these characters more?
I think everybody can understand that we've made mistakes, but we've learned from those mistakes, and the next play will be a lot better.
Oh, okay. And another thing that is interesting too about some games is that once you know and understand who you're actually up against, that can make a very big difference. I want to point this one out because I just really realized how huge this was for my character. Is that the chance of Gendricks getting these pillars out is very great. He's got a 66% chance of getting a pillar out every turn if we were to just even destroy it every round. And the last 3 skill points that I did, well, I guess besides 1 health, were to get this tumble and sidestep and deja vu dice. All of them have a ton of bones on there. So there's some great abilities, but they could kill me in a hurry. And had I not done those and even just plugged more into health and my Tinkered Bolo, that could have made a massive difference. So knowing next time, once we, like if I were to play Nugget again, and if we were going to go up against Gendricks, I would probably not choose to go that route with those dice. I'll put it into other things. So knowing the enemies is important, and I think it's actually more fun to get into a campaign or get into an adventure, go up against the boss, not really knowing what he's about, and learn your lessons that way, instead of reading ahead, figuring out what he's about before you even start. And that also makes the process and losing more rewarding and more interesting to me. So, yeah, just some thoughts there.
Yeah, I do not consider this a failure at all.
How would you label it?
A learning experience. It's only a failure if you do the same thing over again.
Well said, man. Okay, so we can either take this off camera or we can talk about it now. But I am definitely interested in restarting a campaign and keeping the video series going. Just starting a new season, ultimately, or whatever we want to call it. What do you think?
Agreed.
Okay. Now, if we do that, the Tyrant is going to be determined either randomly or it'll be... Well, no, it will be random because the first Tyrant card says to draw random. So we'll draw random. We don't know who he's going to be at this point. Now, do we want to go with the Duster Nugget combo again? Or do we want to revisit who we're going to play?
I want to play Duster again because I do not feel like I gave Duster very much of a justice in playing her this way.
Gotcha. And I, especially since we didn't get very far into it, I would be open to playing Nugget again. Especially playing around with that Tinkered Bolo and whatnot. I still think that these die here, the blue track, are quite interesting. But if it's if it's not Gendricks, then maybe I will. I don't know. Okay, I need to figure out who I want to really go with, and if I want to do Nugget again or not. So I guess I'm not ready to make a decision quite yet. But the decision is made that we will do a new campaign and that you will go with Duster.
Yeah, that is what I would like to do.
Awesome. Okay, well, then with that, we'll wrap up Season 1 here, or Campaign 1, whatever we call it. And we next video will be Campaign 2, Episode 1, and we'll take it from there. So appreciate everybody who's tuned in to watch. And again, as always, we're open to any thoughts that you might have, especially on this last battle. Any sort of strategy or something that you saw that would have been very obviously beneficial that we did not utilize, definitely let us know. That'd be kind of interesting, I guess, especially since we lost twice, to hear if there's anything major that we missed. But yeah, with that, again, thanks, and we'll see you next time.